Philip, I feel like we haven't seen each other in 1,000 years.
Oh my God, it's a little less than that, though. It does feel like that.
So maybe our wish has been granted that we're together again.
We're together again, and we're opening. I mean, things are happening again, and we're announcing a season again, which we haven't done in 2 years.
It's always exciting to see what comes new because things come around, the old favorites, but then you see some new stuff and you go, oh, it's finally here. And one of those shows is, you want to talk about right for Aladdin, right?
Oh, Aladdin is the first time I saw it in New York, and I saw it 3 times. When he comes out, the
Genie.
and he stands there, you just go, this is going to be fun.
Yes.
It is just going to be fun. Yeah, we're thrilled. Disney loves Schenectady and Proctors, and they're coming to Tech again. So they'll be here for 5 weeks, teching, building the show for the national tour that got canceled because of COVID.
I was going to say, they were supposed to be here before, and that didn't happen because
That
of COVID.
didn't happen because of COVID, so they have to start again. So they're starting again right here. So we're tickled, and they'll be here for 2 weeks.
And if you're looking for a family show, that's the one, really.
Oh, fabulous family show. Actually, and I went more than once, and I didn't go with kids. So
What kind of friend are you?
it's got a great spirit. I mean, the movie had a great spirit,
Yes.
and they lost none of that in the play. The goofy little humor, the one-liners, trust me, and that's great stuff.
And great songs, too.
Oh,
From
a
Disney.
whole new world. We're going to love them all.
Yeah, we love
Okay.
them all.
2 weeks, Aladdin, can't wait.
Thank you, and it's going to be great. Our next show is one that hasn't been here in 17 years, and yet throughout those 17 years has been played, performed. I mean, it's part of the Broadway musical hit list, right?
Yeah.
Hairspray. It's remarkable.
Love it, love it, love it. I know my girls watched it 1,000,000 times on the DVD. That thing just got worn out. We could sing every song by heart.
Right, so if you're looking for a show with the good dancing, good songs, just fun. Because some things can, I was here recently for Dear Evan Hansen. I said, how'd you like this? I was sobbing. Sometimes people don't want to sob. They just want to smile and tap their feet. That's the show.
That, and there's a message.
Yeah.
And it's a really strong, powerful
Overcoming.
message, right? Overcoming, and you don't have to be the most beautiful. God darn it.
Although she was beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah, can't wait.
So here we are, 3 theater buffs. We love theater.
Absolutely.
When we love it, when a great movie comes to theater as well, which is also going to happen with this new season with Tootsie.
It's interesting because often movies converted to musicals, you go, well, okay, I mean, they'll be fine. This one is spectacular. In so many ways, the movie could have been a musical first.
Sure.
It's not that you're really adapting it, right? This intimate story of a guy who's just so wound tight that he changes his persona and becomes a woman and becomes this famous actress as a woman, right? It's a great story.
Well, I'm thinking of the scene, and I'm sure it's in the show too, where he's going on about being a tomato, and he wanted to be a true tomato, and a tomato wouldn't do this, and of course his agent's like, I can't work with you anymore. But I'm sure it works so well on the stage as well as did the movie.
It works great on the stage. It's just really, really good. The other thing that I loved about the show that I'd looked up, and I remember Roger Ebert just thought the movie was one of these amazing mixtures of humanity and humor and making fun and doing it in a way that was really poignant but still is fun. And
It really was ahead of its time if you think about the story.
yeah, and the musical is just as good, just as exciting as
And the actors who were these amazing characters in the movie, we're going to feel like we really see them on stage as well. Even if it's not Dustin Hoffman or Gina Davis, we're going to believe these folks that we're going to see right
when
here.
they're in the couch in the living room at the end, oh my God. It's just, you go, wow, okay, I get it. This is great.
And by the way, I'm a New York City guy who I go down for shows. This was a tough ticket to get in the city, so get it here.
So I'm really excited about Alanis Morissette and her live version of probably the most popular album ever, right? Jagged Little Pill.
It's a soundtrack for many people's lives.
Well, and I was just going to say, I'm too old for it, right? I kind of went, Alanis Morissette. Then I listened and went, I know that soundtrack.
Right.
And then seeing the show, I went, oh my God, the people who wrote that story tried to extract what she was thinking when she was writing the music. Rather than, I'm going to make all these songs fit together, they pulled her story out of the songs and played that out.
When I saw that was coming on Broadway, I thought, how are they going to do this in a Broadway show? Because I love the music. And I thought, is it going to be just a jukebox musical where they just, like you said, plop the songs and there's a little dialogue in between? But I remember reading the reviews saying, no, that's not what this is. There's a whole story here that the songs accentuate, and they're going to catch you off guard, and it's more emotional than people think they'll be going. I never thought I'd react that way to this.
Yeah, it was hard to believe, actually, but I imagine they did a good job getting where her head was.
Yeah.
And she became the most sold album. She was the most sold recording artist from Canada in the world, ever.
And we go to that, and the most nominations the season that it opened up on Broadway for Tony nominations.
Yeah, 15 or something. It's just crazy. Yeah, really cool.
And those, they don't give those away easily, so you know it's great music.
Yeah, when I first heard, I went, really?
And then you saw
it.
Now off to a show I'm excited about, because you're going to get the story behind the story of a musical group you certainly know and respect, Ain't Too Proud, which is all about the life and times of the Temptations, right?
Yeah, amazing group. I mean, probably the most sold albums of the 60s and 70s. I mean, they were simply unbelievable. And the story behind the story is so much what's interesting. I mean, it's a jukebox musical. It's their songs. But woven into it is how they held together, how they broke apart, who did what to whom. Oh my God, you kind of go, how could they behave like that but still be together? But it's remarkable. What most people won't know is that the show teched and opened here, not opened really, at Proctors in September. We just didn't want a performance because we weren't sure about COVID.
Right.
So they spent 5 weeks here, built the show here. With all the equipment out in the audience, they let the staff go upstairs and watch one performance of it before it left, and now they're coming back.
So now we all get to see what just a small select group got to see so far.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
And we know 12 Tony Awards nominated for.
Yeah, and some great music, just great music.
Yeah, who doesn't want to sing along with My Girl?
Exactly.
Wait a minute,
Or Papa
nobody
was
sing
a
along.
Rolling Stone.
That's right. We can't wait to see this one.
This show was so exciting when we were here in real life with a theater full of people behind us. They gasped when you announced this show.
It was great, that moment when we announced it. And also when the tickets first went on sale was so exciting. Now that was 6 years ago.
That we announced it was coming, and we had to wait a while before it
And
came.
so now we're thrilled to bring Hamilton back.
I've never seen a show at any theater in this area. I'm counting rock concerts, everything, anywhere, that was so in demand as Hamilton. I mean, it was almost like a bragging right. Like, well, I'm sorry, I can't go out with you Thursday. We're going to see Hamilton. It was so, and everybody was just raving about it on social media. But you don't always see that with shows. But this one, everybody was like, I can't believe how good it was.
It just touched so many different parts of the psyche of America. It was perfect, perfectly timed, and an amazing thing. Think of what happened since. I mean, really, we're going to be dumbbelling the events of the last 2 years. It's kind of remarkable. And being a subscriber means you're guaranteed a seat.
There you go.
And so that's what we want everybody to take away from this announcement. Become a subscriber. Don't give away your shot to Miss Hamilton this time. There were so many people who were disappointed last time and thought, oh, I'll wait. And they were left out in the cold.
Yeah.
And I'll teach somebody a trick at home, because my sister and I did this one year with subscribing. Go in with a sibling, a friend. Say, hey, let's go in a partnership. I'll pick these. Of course, you're gonna want Hamilton, but you can divvy it up a little bit, and you split the cost, and it's certainly a great thing to have.
Well, and I don't know how you could see this much good theater any less expensively.
No.
Because if price matters really, really a lot to you, first floor edge seats, you can get a subscription for under $200. So it's pretty amazing.
And here's the thing, it is
The
in our
7 shows.
backyard with such easy parking and such easy driving here in Fort. I mean, you go to the city a lot more often to
yeah.
see Broadway shows, but still, whether you take the train, whether you drive and park, you add up all those costs. We have it here. You bring us great Broadway theater every year to Proctors.
Thank you. And Hamilton comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't see it
Roaring
before,
back.
here's a chance.
So subscribing means you got your seat, your shot, right? Subscribing means it could be very affordable, under $200. Subscribing means you get to pick your seat and it's yours for the year. Subscribing means you have some ability to change things out. You know, suddenly you decide you're going to do a special on TV. Well, you could say, can I move my ticket to Thursday from Tuesday? And we could do that. And subscribing means the ability to be on a payment plan. 6 payments.
Proctors is really, I've had that happen twice where once it was me, once it was a recent show where they weren't going to have the pit, and they said, and I had these great seats in the pit, and they said, don't get upset. We're gonna get you a great seat. And, you know, I was like 2 rows back. So you're very different to deal with than a lot of other places where it's very corporate. Here, you get somebody on the phone, they pull up the screen, you work something out. So, and as you said, the payment plan, it's certainly affordable.
Yeah, I mean, a 6-month payment plan really can work for almost any seat in the house for almost anybody. The other thing is, we have this great relationship with Cap Rep. You know, we're part of Cap Rep, they're part of us, and there's a 7th ticket on your subscription, which is your choice of the shows that we'll be announcing for Capital Rep next season.
So that's lucky 7 for the subscription.
Exactly.
All right, love that. And I'm going to love being with people again. While it's great to do the announcement with you in person, really miss being in the theater
Yeah.
with everybody. Whether you had us up in the balcony seats at one time, like the Muppets, who was that, Statler and Hilton?
Yeah, right.
Or whether we were on stage
Yeah.
here and the Grinch was messing up with our hair. It's going to be great to have live theater on stage and in the audience all together again.
And we've done a lot in the building and the air handling system, and we've upgraded the filtration, and we've upgraded the amount of fresh air, and we put all those special pads on all the things you touch, and hands-free toilets and sinks, and we've done everything to make sure you're as safe here as you could possibly be.
It's such a wonderful experience that there's parking literally across the street and above and all around. Places to eat now, what's grown down here is amazing around Proctors. I love coming down here for a show. And it gives you something like, what I love about it, Philip, is you get into this, you see your shows and pick your shows, and then you have all the stuff to look forward to in the calendar year that's going to be coming up when it turns. You say, hey, we got a show in March, we got a show in June. And it gives you things. I think it's important to have things to look forward to.
Especially in times like these.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, and we love having you with us to help announce all these shows.
And can't wait to
Thank
see
you.
you at the opening.